Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. We're still on this matter, and a lot of people are paying attention to something else. And meanwhile, there's a point Pastor Chris is trying to make. And since most of us have missed that point, I want to use this video to give you the main points where he's driving at. Right? So don't be in a hurry, right? Just listen to what I'm about to tell you, I'm about to show you. So now look at this diagram. This is where everything came from. Now everybody is focusing on 5G, on what was said about 5G, but they are missing the vaccines. They are missing what was said about ID 2020, and that is where it came from. If you don't understand this, you don't understand this, you don't understand this, there is no way you can understand what he was talking about in 5G or about 5G. But let me break it down for you in a few minutes. Just a summary. Now, Bill Gates launched what is called ID 2020. Now, let's take a look at ID 2020 when it was created, the website, 2015. So in 2015, the domain was bought, meaning it must have been thought about few years before then, maybe 2010 or whatever, a few years before then. So in 2015, ID 2020 was done, was registered. The idea was conceived and bettered into the internet, into the world. Now, what is ID 2020? Let's find out what ID 2020 is. Now, just in case you don't know, ID 2020, which is here, is a project that aims to give everybody in the world a digital identity. Now, the goal of the project is that by 2020, we're in 2020 already, everyone in the world will have a digital identity. There are two ways you can give someone a digital identity. Either you tell them the importance of having a digital identity and then give it to them, right? Or you force them to have this digital identity. So you can force them by using normal force that government to try to implement it, or you give them through fear. Now, what is the other use case of ID 2020? Now let's find out. There's a website called Gavi. And before I talk about Gavi, let's get to hear what Bill Gates says about Gavi.
Cells in your body called white blood cells create antibodies that connect up. Then your immune system knows to go and kill this foreign object. The idea of the vaccine is, instead of having to get sick the first time to develop this immunity, we take something that looks like a foreign bug, teach the immune system the shape of this foreign object, so it's ready to attack with antibodies very, very quickly when the real bug shows up, so you can avoid lots of diseases if you've been properly vaccinated. And that's why Gavi was created. Gavi.
Good. Now you've heard the idea behind Gavi. Now, what is Gavi doing? Gavi will take a vaccine, inject the vaccine into your body. Now, what is the work of this injection? So that your body will be able to monitor your system. It will be an external force that is inside your body, injected into your body, that will help to monitor your system, so that when external disease comes into your body, Gavi will recognize this disease and destroy it. But how will Gavi recognize this disease? That's because Gavi has already been programmed. You heard it. You heard it. Just in case you didn't hear it, replay this video and watch it again. So Gavi has already been programmed to know about different diseases and will be injected in your body. Now, how are programs done? Programs usually have updates either every week or every month. That is how programs work. If you're a developer, you know what I'm saying is true. Every app will get updates every single day or every single week. That means if you have these vaccines in your body will be updating electronically. Now, how do we update the software in your body? Because there will be billions of people in the world that will need these vaccines in their body to be updating every day or every minute. For this to work, when we have billions of people in the world, we will need what? We will need faster internet. And that is where 5G comes into play. Now, that is the point Pastor Chris was trying to make. If you didn't watch the video from the beginning, you're not going to get it. You will just get one part of the truth. So if when was ID 2020 launched? ID 2020 was launched in 2015, right? The plan was that by 2020, everybody in the world, or most people in the world, or billions of people in the world are going to have what? Digital identity. When was it planned? 2015. Now, in the world today, we have a case called what? Coronavirus. And now, because of coronavirus, look at what is happening right now. ID 2020 and partners launch program to provide digital ID with vaccines. Now, it's either this is a huge coincidence or it was done on purpose. So, if it's a huge coincidence, why did it happen accurately? You see, ID 2020 was launched few years ago in 2015. That is when it was launched. The plan was that by 2020, billions of people will get injected with these electronic vaccines that come through ID. And now in 2020, there's now a need for those vaccines. A need for the plan that was made a few years ago. Hope you guys are catching how the whole thing is linked up. Now, if billions of people have this digital ID, this electronic chip imputed into their body, this digital ID, for this ID to be able to communicate faster and send updates about your system to their central server, it will need a faster internet service. And that is where 5G comes into play. Now, that is what Pastor Chris is trying to say in this video. And people are leaving ID 2020, leaving vaccines, leaving all other things to focus on 5G. Oh my God. It's like, you know, you just came into a class, you've not gone through the introductory class, and you want to write the test. How will you pass the test without going through all the courses that was taught? Anyways, that's what Pastor Chris is trying to say. Now, just in case you want to do more study, this is the ID 2020 website, right? So ID 2020 wants to bring in digital identity. Gavi wants to bring in vaccines, and Gavi is currently working with ID 2020 to bring it. Look at it. This is ID 2020. Just in case you're wondering, how does ID 2020 and Gavi website links? Look at it. Partners. Gavi, the Vaccine Alliance, brings together public and private sectors with the shared goal of creating equal access to new and equal vaccines, blah, 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 around the world. Now, guess what this website is also now saying? ID 2020 and partners. What is the partner? Gavi and other related website that we saw there. ID 2020 and partners launch program to provide digital ID with vaccines. So are you now seeing where the whole thing is linking up right now? So ID 2020 concept was conceived when? Several years ago, right? And then in 2020, which is the plan to have achieved worldwide identity, there is now a case in the world called coronavirus. Now, to solve this coronavirus, billionaires around the world are predicting or suggesting that we use a special type of vaccine. A special type of vaccine sponsored by Bill Gates or whichever company that is sponsoring it, to provide vaccines that has digital ID, and this digital ID can update itself through the internet or whatever. Of course, it will be through the internet. So if you have a chip in your body, right, that was programmed into your body to check your immune system and fight it based on what has been programmed inside it. For you to achieve digital identity with vaccines, you will need faster internet to send those messages to the server. That is what Pastor Chris was trying to say. But everybody left number one, left number two, even left this and went to this, right? So, guys, that is me trying to connect the whole dots, right? So if we can still choose, to ignore what ID 2020. So in summary, it's either this is a huge coincidence that 2020 was predicted that we will have global digital identity, right? And it's happening right now. It's either is a coincidence or Bill Gates is a prophet. So, of course, I might be wrong also. I might be wrong, but if you think you have the correct answers, feel free to drop it in the comment section. Let's discuss. How did ID 2020 that was launched several years ago for the aim of sending out vaccines with digital ID, how come it's now fulfilled in 2020? It's either the person that is behind it is a prophet or it was done on purpose. All right, guys. See ya.